The house had stood empty for years, its windows like vacant eyes staring out over the overgrown front yard. It was one of those houses that seemed to have sprung up overnight. The real estate agent said that it had been built in the late 1800s. But no one had lived there since the 1940s, and the reason for that, well, they didn't know. No one knew. There were rumors, of course. They always seemed to come whispering down the street on the wind, slithering through the cracks in the boarded-up windows, and seeping through the gaps in the front door. But I never listened to them because I never believed them. Houses don't just stand empty for decades because they're haunted. Houses stand empty because people forget about them, because life moves on and new things become more exciting. That's what I tell myself anyway. But when my car broke down on the way to my grandmother's house, and I found myself with a few hours to kill and no signal on my phone to call a tow truck, I had no choice but to do what I did. I got out of my car and walked towards the nearest house. And if I hadn't been so desperate, I wouldn't have chosen this house. Not with its peeling paint and overgrown garden and boarded-up windows. But I didn't have much of a choice. I knocked on the door and waited. After a moment, it swung open and I stepped inside. The air inside was stale and cold, smelling faintly of mildew and something else I couldn't quite place. I called out, "Hello," my voice echoing in the cavernous space. There was no reply. As I made my way deeper into the house, I noticed a rocking chair in the corner of what I assumed was the living room. It was rocking gently back and forth, despite there being no one in sight. I walked towards it, my heart beating faster in my chest. And as I got closer, I could make out the faint outline of a woman sitting in the chair. Reached out and touched her shoulder. She wasn't there. Then I heard it, a floorboard creaking above me, the sound of footsteps. I froze, listening intently. They were coming closer. Then I heard a voice, a woman's voice. "Who's there?" she called out. Her voice echoed through the hallway and died away. I was frozen with fear, unable to move or speak. Then I heard the footsteps again, this time closer. "Hello," the woman said again, her voice softer now. "Is someone there?" I wanted to answer, to tell her that it was just me, that I meant no harm, but I couldn't. My throat was dry, and my lips wouldn't form the words. I tried to call out, but no sound came out. The footsteps stopped right outside the living room. I closed my eyes tight, wishing I could disappear. Then I felt it, a cold breath on my neck. I opened my eyes and turned around, but there was no one there. I could hear my own breathing, loud and ragged in the silence. Then the rocking chair started moving again, back and forth, back and forth. I backed away from it. Tripping over something on the floor, I looked down and saw a rocking horse. It had been here all along, hidden in the shadows. Its eyes were two glowing embers staring straight at me. I ran then, stumbling through the house, the rocking horse's laughter echoing behind me. I burst out the front door and didn't stop running until I reached my car. I never looked back. I didn't dare. Now some might say it. It was just an old house with a creaky floorboard and a rocking chair that needed a new set of wheels. But I know what I heard. And I know that sometimes the things we choose to ignore are the very things that haunt us. Because sometimes the things that go bump in the night are real. Sometimes they're very real.